Hey Leos, and welcome to your November 2019 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky here to bring you guys, hopefully, another amazing tarot reading for your month ahead. What an incredible month for you. I love the energy that's coming up. It's short and simple. There's a sweetness here. There's a ability to really absorb light and absorb information, absorb clarity here as you really start to understand and get yourself emotionally more. So yeah, lots of self-understanding, themes of self-understanding coming up for you guys in the month of November. I think it's going to be a really great month for you. You might be feeling a little bit blinded by something. You might be feeling blindsided or feeling like there are a lot of things coming out of left field. But I feel that by the end of the month, you really get it figured out and you really get a lot of understanding about who's on your side, who's not. Basically, this month really aligns your sights. This month really aligns where you want to go. It makes the path very clear and very narrow in a way, but at the same time, that's not so bad because you're not having a lot of detours. So yeah, I like the energy coming up for you guys this month, but I will warn you, don't worry about feeling claustrophobic. Don't worry about feeling like there's a lot closing in, because that is helping you to define where you want to go more. That's really the only thing of this month, is it might feel a little bit narrow in a way. That's what I keep hearing. But really beautiful at the same time. There might be a lot of ability to feel better, just feeling better, feeling more aligned, feeling more visualized of where you want to go. So in that way, there's a lightness, there's a regard for what you're going through. There's a strong regard for Leo. There's a strong clarity that shows you so clearly who you could become, who you could see, who you could meld with, okay? So sort of, if you could imagine like a welder using the fire to makes really beautiful shapes. As we move into Sagittarius season, that's what I really see for Leo, is using their innate fire energy to really dazzle everyone around them. If you can see, the sun has finally come out because it is your reading. In all the other readings, the sun has not been coming out, and I have not been able to utilize the glorious background here to its fullest capacity because the sun was not available. So here we are. I'm going to go ahead and cut the cards for you guys, and we're going to see what's coming up for you. Okay, so let's check out the week to week for Leo and what's coming up. So week number 1, you guys have 6 of Swords, really beautiful, rooted down by 5 of Swords reversed. So 5 and 6, chronological order. That's neat because to me that says overcoming any types of pettiness, people overcoming pettiness around you, but also not settling, okay? There's something that might not be good enough in your life right now, and I do think that it is quite essential that you don't settle for average, or that you don't settle for something that is taking from you emotionally. Leo has to find itself really willing to make a change if things are not good enough, to make a change if things are not kind. Okay, so people who are not kind or not good sports. I feel like maybe if you're attracting competitive people right now, it's important that people are good sports, or it's important to realize that people work in integrity, because you are a sign that really attracts difficult karma if not working in integrity, or if not working with some sort of like noble intention. So Leo in the year of 2020, especially as we're moving out of 2019, really has to set itself up for like a sort of noble selfhood where you are really prioritizing integrity. So that's kind of starting there. And I'm not surprised to see it. I'm not surprised to see that, you know, everything could change in the first week of November. You could be moving in with somebody, you could be having a change in residence, and you could see that other people aren't really enjoying your change, or aren't really enjoying your benevolence that you're getting. So do not be afraid to let people go who are not willing to see you being successful or see you being able to make incredible changes. Okay, Leos, getting into your week number 2 for the month of November 2019, we have Queen of Swords, beautiful. I love Queen of Swords for the second week for you because you're going to really get a strong grasp on how you want to move forward, on how you want to feel better, how you want to plan and strategize in your life. The second week of November is a really incredible time to start making a plan or to start making a strategy. Maybe you find a new place or a new location of planning. So I don't know if you've made a move or if you are just getting out of the house more or finding a new place, but it's really encouraged for you to get out of the same place you've been for a long time and start thinking about your future from a new perspective or from a new place. Sometimes having the same surroundings or the same environment can lead us to stagnate in our plans or in our strategies because it's not an environment that maybe supports, health. So finding a healthy environment where you can think about where you're at is so important. That's rooted down by justice. So themes of fairness, Queen of Swords and Justice have been coming up a lot this month, and that says to me that there is karma here. There is equal and opposite reaction to what we've gone through. And I think that that's very potent. I think that, if you've been mistreated or if you've seen that people have not been willing to give back to you and all you've done is give, that will come back to you here. There's honesty and truth in the second week of November for you guys. If you could, maybe work on gaining a new perspective on honesty, a new perspective on the truth, and on what your honest truth looks like here. What is the truth of your story right now? What is the truth of your path? What is the truth of your light right now? Because it's a solar type of month for you, because on November 11th, we will be having that mercurial eclipse where Mercury will basically go in front of the sun. And this will give us a lot of awakenings, a lot of understanding and rationalization in the mind about the truth of our lives. And for Leo, this is very potent because it's going to square you. So there could be some harsh truths coming up this month. I've got to warn you guys to that. There could be some harsh realities or harsh truths coming in that are not nice to hear, but give you this place of being able to rationally make the change or make the move. So basically, the truths that had to happen, the changes that had to happen are going to come into effect here in November. And that can be hard at first, but it gives you so much to work with. Okay, week number 3, Leos of November, 4 of Cups, rooted down by Ace of Swords. So yeah, solitude. The third week of November, as we get to the cusp time of Scorpio and Sag, that's not going to be about other people either. So a lot of this reading is not about other people. And I always like to see how incredibly the sun works with me with these readings. I kind of love how right from the hand of Queen of Swords is this huge light being shed on the individual and on the person of 4 of Cups. So through this reality that you come into contact with, Leos, you can shed a lot of light onto other people. You can have a huge awakening. It's almost kind of like a holy grail moment, really, of seeing the truth or of seeing who you are. So waking up to the Leo, waking up to yourself, waking up to who you've been this entire time, what you've wanted this entire time. And there's a new idea as well, because some of that light does fall into Ace of Swords here, which is about a new light bulb moment. It's about waking up to the truth. That's what I would say a lot of your reading is revolving around, is waking up to the truth, waking up to the reality, and having this moment in solitude where you just kind of, your eyes kind of open, your eyes kind of realize, whoa, this is it, this is who I am, this is where I am, this is what I've meant to do. And this is where I can go. So yeah, you could see yourself wanting a change in job, a change in career, a change in residence, a change in relationship status. All of that is there, and you've got to honor it in some way. So let's look into the 4th week for you guys. Week number 4, you have Knight of Swords, rooted down by the Fool. Okay, I love that. These have been coming up a lot this month as well. So all of a sudden, through the realizations that you have, and again, I love how the light is coming down onto the Fool as well, and on especially the Fool, but Knight of Swords too. And how it's just coming from Queen of Swords. So Queen of Swords really is your power card for this month. Y'all will see in the extended reading that I do some power cards as well to sort of understand how you can empower yourself. But Queen of Swords is a lot what that is, because from the sword and from her hand, you know, her... if you think of Queen of Swords, something that I like to remember is that there's a gesture, there's a... what would I say? It's really hard to articulate, but it's quite a simple thing. You know, there's a decision making with Queen of Swords. Will you accept the favor? Will you decline it? Will you wave someone off, or will you invite someone in? That's like the magic of Queen of Swords, because you find yourself in that powerful position to decide whether you take something on or reject something, accept or reject, based on your gesture. And that gesture is shining a light on your new beginning, on the way that you move forward, on how your life changes. You know, Six of Swords, moving into this new beginning, moving into this new, like, abyss. It's kind of like the energy of an abyss that you sort of ride off into. There's a lot of movement in this reading, which is what I think is beautiful. There's a lot of movement in this experience that you're going through. So you're not staying still. This isn't a month of stagnation. This isn't a month of worrying about things changing. It's just a month of kind of going with that flow and being in charge, okay? Being able to accept or reject the changes that come through. You have power here, like absolute power, Leo. And that's really the key feature, okay? As a whole, for the month of November, don't be too slow with things. Don't be too stuck. Don't get stuck in your head. Because that is one thing also with like Ace of Swords, Queen of Swords, 5 and 6 of Swords, Knight of Swords. This is a month of swords. So you could get really stuck in the consideration process, in the decision-making process. But don't be afraid to kind of follow impulse in a way, because we are still in Jupiter and Sagittarius. We're in the last full month of Jupiter and Sagittarius. Sometimes it took all of that to heal. You know, sometimes it took all of those gifts or all of those rewards or all of those small feelings of inner laughter, inner humor to heal the pieces. And here you come in this last full month where it's time to click things into place and accept some of the gifts that Jupiter and Sagittarius can bring. So allow yourself to accept gifts here, Leo, and and that gift might just look like giving yourself the next new beginning, the next new, you know, power up, the next new phase in. All right. End of November, Leo, things are changing. Allow yourself a bit of rest and contemplation here in the first 3 weeks in the beginning. Think about and then accept or reject whatever it is or isn't coming into your life. Let that illuminate where the new beginning is and ride off into it. Okay? Thank you guys so much for being here. I so hope you've enjoyed this reading for the month of November. It's been beautiful. The sun really came in for you guys because it's your ruling planet. The sun has been overcast for like all of these readings this month because it's been so rainy and gloomy here. It is Scorpio season after all. So yeah, but for Leo's reading, you know, it started out cloudy as I was setting up the camera and stuff, but here it is, super sunny and super beautiful. It's been really, really gorgeous, and I love what has happened here with the Queen of Swords and shining light onto this vicinity of the reading. If you guys would like to see your central theme, as well as your power cards for this month, sort of understand what everything is revolving around, what everything's culminating in, as well as how you can progress even quicker and stronger, you guys can jump over to my Patreon page for the extended reading. It's a great way to support my channel, as well as get some really great bonus content. So those will be over there. Happy November to you guys. I hope you'll check out your sun, moon, and rising sign. I hope you'll hit the subscribe button to keep seeing fun, incredible readings like this in the future. And I hope that you will hit that thumbs up as well if you love tarot or if you've enjoyed this reading and if it's resonated. Thank you guys so much for being here. We're in Mercury retrograde, so I hope that it's been articulated well, and I hope that I've been able to communicate. It is kind of harder with Mercury in retrograde, but here we are doing our best. So thank you guys for being here. We will be talking soon. I post new videos every Friday. We'll talk soon, Leos. Much love. Bye.